Hello, fam. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. If you're not, as I always say, take one day at a time. Okay, guys. Um, I always start by saying, in everything that you do, let God take the glory. Give God all the glory. In everything that you do, be grateful. Be thankful. Thanks makes room for more. So learn to be thankful. Learn to be grateful. Okay. So as we speak today, Bafetu, there are some people out there. They have lost their loved ones as we speak. And you are so blessed, and God is still giving you an opportunity to be around with your loved ones and everyone. And take the moment and just say, Lord, thank you that I'm still alive, that my parents are still alive, that my friends are still alive, that all the people that you love, they are still alive. You can still talk to them and check up on them and everything. Be grateful, guys. Even if you can just take a minute. You know what I'm saying, guys? So yeah, I know a lot of people are asking questions of how do you do maths and how do you do physics and how do you do chemistry, and yet God is there. Well, God exists in everything that I do in my life. So that's the reason why. Okay. But the goal of today, guys, is just to let you know that we are on part 2 of simultaneous equation. You understand? Now, the simultaneous equation that we're going to do today, Bafitsu, it's a kind of like similar to the one that we did like on the previous video. Guys, if you haven't watched my previous video, you better watch it now before you watch this one, okay? Because they are kind of like related in a way. So you'll have a better or a more understanding. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get to the business, Bafetu. Let me not forget to say this, Bafetu. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment, Bafetu. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to do that, Bafetu. We are all together. At the end of the day, mutuki mutuka batho. Antwara mos. Siyabonga nkulunkulu. Now, guys, we are having a simultaneous equation here, guys, right? I explained last theory. A simultaneous equation simply means that you need to have two equations that need to be solved simultaneously in a way. Like you couldn't. You are used to solving like x alone. You know when you have like 2x plus 1 equals to 4. This is not a simultaneous equation because you only have one equation. You know what I'm saying? But now you have like two different variables in the same equation, x and y in the same equation, x, y in the same equation. So you are having two variables in the same equation, and another equation comes in with another two different variables. So you need to solve the x and y at the same time. That's why we call them simultaneous equations. So basically what happens is that you have this equation and this equation, they will meet at a certain point. Now the point where they meet, we call it a point of intersection. Go back to the previous video. I was explaining a bit of that, Buffett. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now let's come back, Buffett. Let's come back. So when you have this one, you have 2 to the power x plus 1 equals to 8 to the power y. People are used to a linear and a quadratic. I explained that on my previous video as well. But then now you see that this is not even a linear. It's not even a quadratic. Then what kind of an equation is this? It's what we call an exponential what? Equation. Because it's 2 to the power x plus 1 equals to 8 to the power y. Then we come back to another equation. They are not used to this equation as well. Guys, this is a fraction, a fraction equation, which people are not similar. They're not familiar with this type of equations. But I can tell you guys that there's always something in a day that you can learn. You know what I'm saying? Maybe today's the day that you're going to learn this. You know what I'm saying? Glory be to God. Okay, guys, so how are we going to do this? Remember, in simultaneous equation, the first thing that you do is to identify whether you're having a linear or a quadratic, or an exponential or a fraction. Then from there, second step, you're going to check the simplest equation. Now, out of all this, I feel like the simplest equation I can work on is this one. Someone can say, nah, I can also do this one. It's okay. Don't worry. All right? Yeah. Now, from there, my simplest equation, I'm going to make it what? My equation 1. That's step number 3. All right. Then my equation 2 is going to be what? The remaining one. Okay. Let me show you. So I'm going to say you are my equation 1 and you are my equation 2. Then from there, let's check now. What do I do? Usually, we like to apply this method called substitution method. So can I apply it now? Before I apply substitution method, I need to try to see if I can simplify this thing further. Because substitution method means I'm going to have what you call equation 3. Then you take it from there. Okay, so now let's check if we can take it down. Okay, we must use the skills of algebra. Now check. We have 2 to the power x plus 1. This is 8. 8 is a very big number. I want to make it a smaller number. Can I write this in a exponential form? Can I make the 2 to be the same, like the bases to be the same? Let's check it out. And how is that possible? Let me tell you something. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Now check. 2 times 2, when you multiply the exponents of the same base, you keep the base, you add the exponent. 1 plus 1, 2 squared. When you multiply the exponents of the same base, you keep the base and you add the exponents. So I'm going to have 2 to the power 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus, 1 plus 1. Then then we have 1, 1, 1. They give you how much? 2 cubed. So meaning 2 cubed is the same as what? 8. Okay, that's good. So I taught some people how to use a calculator and convert like bigger numbers into like simplest exponential forms. So check my previous videos. You'll see it, Buffett. You'll see it, especially of exponential equations or exponential expressions, how to simplify them. It's there. Check on that video. Then from here, check out, guys. Check out. 3 times y is going to give me what? 3y to the power x plus 1. Now, from the laws of exponents, we are learning that when we are solving for x, right, of exponents, what happens is that when the bases are the same, we equate the exponents. The bases are the same, I'm going to be left with x plus 1 equals to 3y. So what happens is that we eliminate the 2 bases. Since they're the same, we don't longer, we we want to make use of what? Only 2, which is what? X plus 1 and 3y. So that's why we're saying when the bases are the same, we equate the exponents. We want to focus on the exponents. Okay, so that's what we have here. Then now check. I can say what now? I can just say x equals to what? 3y minus 1. Then equation 3. How did I do that? You take this one to the other side, then you're left with what? X alone. Remember, when you come to equation 3 allows you to be like, which one must I solve between x and y? So you must make 1 to be the subject of the formula. So in this case, we're able to make x to be the subject of the formula because it's much easier. This one is 3y. So meaning robali division. So that's the reason why it's simple. You're stressing out, you're getting frustrated when you're working out. You know what I'm saying? So take it easy. All right, good stuff. From here we have equation 3. We are sorted. Now before we go further and substitute, remember we're gonna say substitute equation 3 in equation 2. But before we do this, can I work this one out? Let's see first. Check it out. We are having a fraction which is x over 2 plus y over 4, each equals to what? 1 over 4. The goal here is to make the fraction to be the same. Okay, we have unlike fractions in a way. We need to make them to be what? To be common. So for us to make the fractions to be common, the denominators must be the same. So here I have 4, 4. Here I only have 2. Usually what we do, we must find what we call LCD, lowest common denominator, right? So when we find it, we must multiply by every denominator in a way. 2 times 4 times 4. But because it's still 4, we can't do that. You can just but my goal so far is that since 4 comes more often, and you know that 2, when you multiply it twice, can actually give you 4, then why not multiply everything by 2 to can make the whole fractions to be the same? There are two ways, of course, to do this. You can multiply by the LCD, like multiply by every denominator that you can get the whole thingy. If you're not familiar with that, I'll show you guys. Yeah. So now check. You're gonna do this: 2 into x over 2. Then plus y over 4 equals to 1 over 4. What is the goal? The goal, remember, I'm dividing by, remember 2 divided by 2 is the same as 1. 1 times this thing will take you back. So the goal is to make sure that we make the denominators to be the same. So 2 times x will give me 2x. 2 times this will give me what? 4. 4 only. And then plus what? Y over 4, which equals to 1 over 4. Now check something. 2 divided by 4 is how much? If you want to understand this. 2 divided by, how many times does 2 goes into 4? Twice. And how many times does 2 goes into itself? Once. It takes me back. We are good. In math, you must be able to go. That's how we go in math, right? Take it easy. Then from there, what do we do since we have all the things that are the same? So I can just do this. I can just say 2x plus y over 4 equals to 1 over 4. The law of math in fractions says that whenever you have common fractions, what you do, you keep the denominator and you add the numerators. So if you didn't know what's a denominator and what's a numerator, guys, in a fraction like this, the number that is above the division line, this is the division line. So the number above the division line, we call it the what? The numerator. Numerator. Now, then the number or a variable or a letter that is below the division line, we call it a what? Denominator. 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 Isn't terminator? No, denominator. Isn't terminator? Numerator. What about? So numerator, denominator. So let me put it in this way. The Bible says that we are not the tail, but we are the head. So when you are applying that mathematically, we are not the denominators. We are the what? The numerators. We are not under, but we are what? Above. It's hard. Bona mnat wena. Ke tla botsa bantšhe ya malobolo for wena. Wena o monate. Mara ge re o le out o monna wa itsine ke tla o tlela shampoponyana re celebrate or no. Nalwena re scheme. My bona ntwana re scheme. But okay guys, let's continue. So from here what happens is that we can see that we have like a common what do you call this? We have common fractions. So what we can do here, okay, allow me to erase my filter so that I can have enough space. I can multiply. Remember, I need to break down the fraction, so I need to multiply by this one so that I can have this one. Okay? So I'm gonna say 4 into 2x plus y all divided by 4 equals to 1 over 4 times 4. So remember, the law of math says that whatever that you do on the left must also be done on the right. So I once made a song with my kids there one day, Left hand side equals to the right hand side. Right hand side equals to... Always whenever they see me, I must always bring out sweets because of they know, hey, when we sing this song, we're gonna get some sweets, eh? So what about you? When you sing this, what are you supposed to be getting? Masikhulume bafethu, masikhulume. Ufunani wena? Ntshela ufunani? omunye uthi ufuna uJesu, ungakhathazeki. Ngizokukhulekela ukuthi afike uJesu ne, ungakhathazeki. Bafethu asinamzulu mara kuyazama ne. Okay, asichubekeni bafethu. Then if you can check, this goes with this, then you're left with what? 2x plus y equals to, look, 4 goes with 4, you're left with what? 1. We were able to break down that whole fraction that was scary to someone. Now it's like a linear. Oh, glory be to who? To God. Because we're able to what? To can decompose it. Because we're trying to what? To synthesize something. Let's see what we can synthesize there. Right. So this is still what? My equation 2 in a way. It's still my equation 2. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna what? Say, let me write it here so that I can have enough space. 2x plus y equals to 1. Then do this. Say, substitute equation 3 in equation 2. So meaning where I see x, I'm gonna put what? 3y minus 1, because we say here we're saying what? X equals to 3y minus 1. Speed. More one x on your equation 2. You are going to replace that x with what? 3y minus 1. Why? Because really x le 3 minus 1. So I'm gonna say 2 into 3y minus 1 plus y equals to 1. I didn't affect y, I didn't affect 1, I didn't affect 2, I only affected what? X. Okay, then let's start. We distribute. 2 times 3, 6. 2, because that's why you're going to be 6y. 2 times this one, negative 2 plus y equals to 1. Then I can erase, we can have enough space. Excuse me, I'll write it here nicely again. Or I can do this, let me remove this ones. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So here we're having what? 2x plus y equals to 1. Ne? Here's your still equation 2. Still fine. Then from there, look, I want to write it nicely. So if you can check 6y plus, these are the like terms, guys. There are the terms that are the same, that are having something in common. You call them the what? Like terms. Look, 6y. So I'm gonna have what? 7y. Now negative 2 equals to 1. Then I'm gonna have 7y equals to 1 plus 2, which is what? 3. 7y. Then what do I do? If I have a variable, every mina nawe ne so fasilahlane bara hore ke lenala le wa bona mos. So what happens is this, ke bona ba guys, I don't do banna mina na wa so fasilahlane ke nyaka bare le so nto ya gona o tloga mo. Look, it's entering. One day God is still gonna take the person. One day it happens, just like here. 7 o tlogela why a shara le there 7 o ile come a re monje. Then you're gonna say 7y divided by 7 equals to 3 divided by 7. Then the final answer is gonna be what? Y. Okay, y equals to 3 over 7. This is our step of it. And then here to here. So it was 7y equals to 3. I divided both sides by 7. Why? Because I need to find y. I must know my y value. So I got my y value is what? 3 over 7. Since I have it, can I get my x? Yes. No, not like that. I don't want my x. I'm just saying, can I get my x? I just want to see what the value of my x is. Not in that way. Take it easy. Nah, I'm fine with my y here. My y is my current. Okay, I'm just saying, this is just math, guys. Then let's see. We're gonna say what? Substitute y in equation 3. Okay. Then I can do this. What is my equation 3? My equation 3 is this one. What is my y? 3 over 7. What did we say? Substitute y in equation 3. Check. X equals to 3 into my y. 3 over 7 minus 1. 3 times 3. Some people, guys, 3 over 3, 3 over 1 times 3 over 7 is what I'm going to do here. 3 times 3 is 9 over 7 minus that 1. So 3 times 3, 1 times 7, if in case you didn't know. Ne? Some people can just use a calculator. It's okay, don't worry. So I can erase this part. My y that I got was what? Equals to 3 over 7. Need to find the x here. Now let's find the x, guys. Check it out. This is the same as what? 9 over 7 minus 7 over 7. Because you see, when you divide a number by itself, it's still going to give you 1. So the goal is to make the what? Fractions to be the same without using a calculator. Then you're going to have x equals to 9 minus 7 over 7. Then at the end of the day, x equals to what? 9 minus 7 is 2 over 7. Let's write it properly. 2 over 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. The denominator is still the same, 7. X equals to 9 over 7 minus 7. And our x was what? 2 over 7. Which is this one. So our points of intersection is going to be x. We start with x always by fit. It's going to be 2 over 7 and 3 over 7. I want to write these things properly by fit. So my point is going to be x and y, which implies that I'm going to be having 2 over 7 and what? 3 over 7. Some people, if you want to, they can write this number. They can write this in a way. You can write either make use of a mixed fraction if you want to, or leave it as it is. But don't write decimals unless they said decimals. But don't write decimals, guys. They will tell you in an exam. But if they didn't say decimal, leave your fraction. You leave your answers as a fraction or as a mixed fraction. Okay. So, guys, are we done? Yes, we are done. But if you want to be sure that I submitted my work with the confidence that I'm gonna get the marks, full marks out of this equation, which could be like, I think it's 8 marks. Yeah, it's coming from one of the previous question papers. I think 2020, 2021, somewhere there. So grade 12. So guys, check. If you put your x here and you say plus 1, and you put your y here, this answer that you're gonna get here must be the same as the one in here. 2. You take the same x, you put it here. Your same y, you put it here. The answer you get in here must be the same as that one. If they're not the same, I'm playing. Don't do that, we don't give up, But anyways, we won't get them wrong, guys. Even if you try, they are correct, okay? You can check it out and try to prove here, guys, okay? So yeah, unless there is someone who wants me to prove it to them that I can get like same thing on both sides, or you want me to do, still gonna get the same answers in a way. So guys, on this video, this is what I wanted to show you guys, that there are more problems of simultaneous equations that are like similar of exponential in a way that people are still struggling to solve in a way. So I just wanted to make this thing for you guys to can understand, and so that you can have more knowledge, so that you can go and do well and excel in your grades, and also make sure that you assist other people who are lacking this type of skills, or basics in a way. Okay, Buffet 2, that's all I have for you. Stay blessed.